Every city has spots that people avoid, not because they're dangerous in the ordinary sense, but because they feel wrong. In Chicago, that spot is apartment 6B on Halsted Street. And this is how Sarah Miller and her daughter Emily came to learn. Some apartments don't just store memories, they store the dead. Sarah Miller was a harried nurse, underpaid, overworked, and tired. Fresh from a divorce, she needed to start over. A real estate agent took her to a 2-bedroom apartment, number 6B. It was priced right, almost too priced right. The agent waved away her hesitation with a grin. Buildings this old always have stories. Sarah signed the lease that evening. The very first night, Emily dashed out of the apartment into the hallway. "Mommy, the walls are talking." Sarah smiled. "Old pipes, sweetie." But at 3:11 a.m. Sarah heard it too. A soft scratching. Not in the hallway. Not outside. Inside the walls. On their fourth night, Sarah found Emily sitting in the dark closet. Just sitting. Not moving. Not blinking. "Emily?" Her daughter smiled. "Shh. You'll scare him." Sarah's skin crawled. "Who?" Emily pointed into the shadows. "The man with no face." Sarah yanked her out. She switched on the closet light. Nothing. But she swore the air felt colder. That evening, Sarah awoke to Emily standing at the foot of her bed. Her daughter's eyes were wide, her lips quivering. But the words that escaped weren't hers. In a voice too deep, too rough. "He's nearly here." Terrified, Sarah questioned the neighbors. Most refused to answer. One elderly woman finally breathed the truth. Years back, there lived a man named Richard Harlow in 6B. He was a recluse, said to be mad about occult rituals. In 1978, the neighbors complained of chanting, odors, and sounds of scratching. One evening, the police forced entry. They discovered Richard's corpse in the closet. His chest ripped open. Symbols etched on his walls in his own blood. The coroner never issued a cause of death. The police report was lost. But since then, tenants in 6B never lasted. Some lost their minds. Some disappeared. Others just packed up and disappeared in the dead of night. The landlord repainted the walls, but the stains always seeped back through. Sarah wanted to move out. She attempted to do so, but something always prevented her. Her car wouldn't start. Her phone wouldn't turn on while she was in the middle of calling moving companies. Emily would get sick, feverish whenever Sarah talked about moving. And each evening, the scratching sounded louder. Sarah dreamed of shadows. Lengthy, distorted shadows that crawled like smoke. In each dream, the same presence. Taller. Faceless. Observing. Upon awakening, she'd discover Emily's closet door ajar. And the scent of decay wafting into the bedroom. Sarah heard Emily scream one evening. She rushed into the room and stood still. Emily was stuck to the ceiling. Her body rigid, her eyes agog with fear. Sarah yelled her daughter's name, and Emily fell like a rag doll. Sarah caught her, weeping, but Emily muttered, "He doesn't like it when you see him." After that night, things moved. Doors slammed shut. Lights flashed. The fridge was emptied out during the night. And Sarah started waking up with bruises on her arms. Like fingerprints. Sarah had heard Emily's laughter one evening. She had rushed inside and seen her daughter speaking into the dark closet. Her laughter wasn't hers, it was warped, low. On the back of the closet door, Sarah noticed fresh scratches. Not haphazard. Words. "Let her stay." Sarah dragged Emily out. She nailed the closet door closed. Next morning it was open again. Sarah's colleagues started to notice. She was white-faced, trembling, preoccupied. She informed one friend about what was going on. Her friend chuckled. "Sarah, you need sleep only." That evening, Sarah discovered her friend's voicemail on her phone. A message she had never recalled receiving. The voice wasn't hers. It rasped, low, fractured. "You can't keep her. She's mine." Neighbors heard it first. A woman's screams. A child's giggles. And a deep, unhuman growl. Police were summoned. They knocked on 6B's door. No answer. When they cracked it open, the apartment was vacant. Except the walls. Adorned with hundreds of handprints. Too little to be grown up. Too twisted to be human. And in the closet, etched deep in the wood. "He's here." The landlord shut 6B. To this day it is still padlocked. But residents in the building still hear things. Scratching in the walls. Children laughing at night. And occasionally, they insist that they glimpse a faceless shadow person standing in the hall. Waiting. Watching. So when you're ever in Chicago, and someone invites you to move into apartment 6B, think of Sarah and Emily. Because nobody ever leaves that apartment. The apartment moves in with you.